What is the difference between a sprint retrospective and a post-mortem? Scrum operates in 1, 2, 3, or 4-week iterations, also known as sprints. One of the sprint's ceremonies is a sprint retrospective, and it happens at the end of each of those sprints. So it is associated with the specific time box of the sprint. It's important to note that in a sprint retrospective, we're talking about everything, the highs, the lows, and action items for what we want to do in the next sprint time box. Post-mortem, on the other hand, is when the brown stuff has been flying, and quite literally means an examination of an unalived body to determine the cause of death. An analysis or discussion of event held soon after it has occurred, especially in order to determine why it was a failure, and specifically to review the results of a project or incident to identify and address issues and prevent them from happening again. I have observed a post-mortem specifically taking place when something as small as we made a release to changing the location of a button on a page or the color of a button without properly communicating that change, and it did not go over well with the users. A security incident, a bug that impacted many users or was a severe enough bug but only a few users. With the big spenders, when we had a big release and we had only ended up testing the positive happy path scenarios that we know users need to do, but we didn't intentionally try to break it and go against the normal functionality to see how it would respond. And one time in a previous job, I was working in initial tech support to where websites, radio stations, TV stations had an additional rewards website to people could play games for points and use points for prizes. And they could contact support and it would come to me. But the problem is I could not do a screen share at that time, so I wasn't able to see what they were experiencing. But overnight, I got hundreds of messages of people saying, "Stop the spinny stuff! There are these things all over my screen. Take it away, get it off. They're driving me mad. Somebody fix it." That's an example of where we should have done a post-mortem, even though I don't know if they actually did.